Monumental Podcast back here for another Saturday evening. You guys already know how we do. We're back again with the New England series that I've been working on, trying to highlight all of the positive and the motivational people, as I would say, for the state of New England, the state of Rhode Island in the New England area. I am your host, Coach E, mindset specialist, mindset coach. Um, the topic today, it's a different one. It's a different one because we gonna kind of dive into it a little bit more because usually we don't really talk. We talk about the healing journey, but we don't talk about the healing journey. If that makes sense to you, you guys heard it over and over with me and Anthony when we speak about it on TikTok. But this is more of a different dynamic, right? So I'm going to let my guest here introduce herself and kind of give a little bit of background of what she do and what she about. Go right ahead. Go right ahead. Go right ahead.
Hey guys, so my name is Sola. I am a published author, a mother, of course, a mentor to many. Um, yeah, I'm just here to talk about my healing journey and where I'm at now.
I think this conversation is going to be dope because it's long overdue for one.
Long
Yeah.
overdue.
Right. So we've been talking about having a conversation about it, but time gets away from us sometimes. So you know how that goes. I do want to give you guys a caveat, right? I want you guys to understand that what you hear today, it's really to educate you, right? It's really to give you a perspective that you probably yourself don't really think to put your mind at when coming to the healing journey, because we all know the healing journey is not easy, right? We know it's difficult. What's going on, Derek? Welcome in, bro. We know it's not an easy journey. We know it's difficult to kind of dive into that aspect of your life, because there's places where you're gonna have to hold yourself accountable. There's places where you're gonna see people that are in your life. You're gonna view them a little bit differently, right? When you start to recognize patterns and recognize behaviors of the individuals in your life, and you're definitely going to see them differently. That's just a part of that journey. You know what I'm saying? And it's not to say that you're going to dislike them or you're not going to love them, but you're going to have a better understanding of your placement in their life, if that makes sense. um Today's gonna be tough, man. Like, I hope you guys are prepared for this. Please put your big boy panties on, your big boy pants on, and your girls with the big panties on, because you guys gonna need it.
Yeah.
Please, if you get triggered, I want to put this out there. Take a lap and then come back. I don't want you guys to leave. You know what I'm saying? That's not the goal. I want you guys to be able to take in everything that comes this way because it's really here to help you. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? So how did you feel when I brought this to you? Because I know everybody, when I introduced to like having people on the podcast, everybody's like, why me? Like, what I'm saying? Like, out of all people, you know what I'm saying? As many people that we could choose from, like, why would you choose me? Or like, why would I be the person that he would want?
I was actually so a couple of people had already asked me to be on their podcast, and I would always be like, yeah, I would do it. And I really felt like I was ready to do it, but I would talk myself out of it,
Mm,
so I wouldn't do it. But um, I knew that it was time.
right,
When you said that, I'm like, there's no way this many people keep asking me to be on their podcast. I just need to say what I have to say. So when you had, brought it to my attention that she was interested, I'm like, yeah, I'll do it. I was excited, but I was still like, uh,
mm,
so I'm here, so I'm excited, and I appreciate hitting me up and inviting me on your podcast.
I appreciate you accepting the offer.
And it's good to talk about mental health and see where people are in life, and everyone's story, everyone's testimony can help someone. You know what I mean? So I will never keep what I've been through in my
Right,
life because I know it can help someone. Because we
right.
all kind of like go through the same things in different
Yeah.
ways.
We have our stages, and that's always the biggest key point that people miss, right? Is like everybody goes through stages of things in their life, but it may not be the same exact thing, but it's similar. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a different story behind it.
Right.
But like the events, the experience, they usually they're similar. They come together eventually,
Right.
right? And but it's just more so of understanding that journey itself, understanding the experience behind the things that you missed the lesson on, possibly. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because we have a tendency to think about things in the surface level, right? We don't go below the surface because it's hard to do that, for one, right? Without the tools, without the guidance and the wisdom that's needed, you might get stuck there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you might end up getting stuck there and not understanding what you're really looking at and what you're really trying to figure out and comprehend, and it makes things difficult. Um, so in regards to this healing journey, like, did you ever have a moment where you felt like you were stuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, where you were just like, damn, I'm in this stage of my life, right? I'm a mom, I'm a business owner, like I'm a motivation to women
Yeah.
amongst our area, and you've done conferences, you've done these things, and but when you strip away all of those things and you just think about you, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is moments in your life where you felt like you were just like, damn, I'm stuck.
I honestly, I get a lot of those moments.
Yeah.
Even even today, it's like I'm at a fork in the road, and I'm
Mm,
like, okay, which direction? I already did this. I already did that. I went back to this. I'm doing that. Like I'm multitasking, but there are definitely times where I feel stuck, and then when I get into those situations, I just take some time for myself. You know what I mean?
mm.
I step back from everything. I disconnect from social media, the phone, and just figure out what is really going to be my next move. How is it going to be beneficial to me and other people? You know what I mean? So
Right. So do you feel like when you create those avenues, right? When you're trying to like figure it out, is it like you're trying to create your own purpose? Or is it like a purpose that's already like you feel like it's already, you know, in play? Right? Because obviously we all have our conversations with the man upstairs, and he gives us what's necessary for our purpose, right? And for our healing journey. And when we have that conversation with him, it's only for us. It's not for
right.
anybody else, right? Because nobody else is really going to understand what he has for us. You know what I'm saying? So when you have that conversation, when you're in your moment of like clarity and trying to figure that out, are you having that conversation with him, or you're just kind of sitting in your silence?
Um, I'm having that conversation with him
Yeah,
wholeheartedly
right.
because I'm very big on the Bible, and I believe that God definitely knows the plans for our life. So if I want to live out that, I'm
Mhm.
gonna go to Him. You know what I mean? I'm
Right.
so right away, but He'll definitely line something up or someone up to the point where now I'm not stuck because He's
Hmm.
put me on the right path with the right person. It could be anybody. You know what I mean? So I definitely am very big on faith and spending time with God. So.
Yeah, I think that's an important piece, right, in regards to the healing journey, because it's not something that's really done alone, right? It's a very rare occasion that somebody's capable of doing something like that. Like you have those golden goose that
Mhm.
are able to just like pull it off and be okay, even though it was a fight,
Right.
right, in that process. Um, a lot of grace that you got to give yourself in that process.
I'm
Um,
I'm still learning that how to give myself grace.
okay. Kind of talk about that a little bit. Like, how does that work for you, right? Because I know a lot of people when they hear about giving themselves grace, like they have a tendency to beat themselves up before it happens. You know what I'm saying? So, what does that look like for you? Like, how does that feel mentally and emotionally for you? Not even on the spiritual aspect, because obviously, once we get to that aspect, once he puts that energy in you, like you can pretty much conquer anything.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? But before you have that conversation with him, before you get that clarity, like when it's just a human, right? Because we only can move in his image as much as we can because we're not God,
Right.
right? You know what I'm saying? So, as the human, as the flesh, when you're thinking about it mentally and emotionally, like what does grace look like to you?
Um, like I said, I'm still learning how to show myself grace. Like, cause we can always show everybody else grace. We can give
True.
everybody else advice, and it sounds great. But
Right.
when it comes to ourselves, I think we have well, for me, I'm gonna speak for myself. I have a hard time, you know, taking that advice or just showing myself that grace. Like, girl, it's gonna be okay. Cause I'm like, if I didn't do it good this time, I'm gonna do it great next time. And it's just like, no, just
Mm.
calm down, girl. You made a mistake. It's all right. We're not perfect. Don't go back to try to make the situation perfect. Just let it ride out. So I'm still learning how to just be like, you know what, Abisola, it's okay to pause.
You know
I mean,
you know what's important about what you said? The word perfect, right? I think we overuse the word perfect, right? Um it adds a layer of stress and anxiety when we try to strive for perfection,
yeah,
right? And we all know when we try to strive for perfection, that means that you're at the end goal
right,
of everything. That means you've perfected everything that you want to do, meaning there's nothing else left for you to do when you get to perfection, right? I think that's a dangerous game to play for a lot of people, right? Because we already have people that have a high level of ego.
mhm,
You know what I'm saying? When it comes to just certain things, and when they hit perfection, they feel like they nothing. Nobody can teach them anything.
right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, and I've always considered perfection a defect in the human aspect of life, because it's like, why would you not want to be a forever student?
Right.
You know, why would you not want to grow or learn from, different layers of your life? Like you said, you're still learning on how to give yourself grace. So when you're having that conversation with yourself, you have to think about all the things,
Right.
right? Because you're like, damn, I'm trying to do this, that, this, and that. Like, I might even have this to make
Right.
this work. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I'm still trying to push for it.
It's a puzzle.
Like,
It's a
yeah,
puzzle.
like just breathe. Because you can't take a piece of puzzle and just try to make it fit. Like, it
Right.
doesn't work. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a time and a moment and a place for everything, right?
Right.
And I think that's when giving grace comes into play, because it's like you have to understand there's layers to it, right? And you have to prepare yourself for all of it, and even the moments where you don't get it right.
Right.
And that's the hard part for a lot of people. People are scared to fail. They're scared to get something wrong. They're scared to be wrong. Like, you know what I'm saying? They don't want to be wrong, but that also comes from, childhood
That
trauma.
is true. When it comes to me, like I'm always up for the challenge. I'm like the risk taker. I'm like put me at the front line.
Right.
But I had to learn how to maneuver in that. You know what I mean?
Of course.
Yeah. I just had to learn how to adjust because like I said, I'm always doing this and doing that and doing this. So yeah.
That moment where you have to slow down, man. Like, I know that's not easy for most of us, because especially like people like me and you, like we always trying to do something. We're trying to
Right.
figure something out, right? But
So it's a
it's like,
it's a lot, you know, trying to manage my life, trying to manage each one of their lives, go to work, write books, go to school. Like it's a lot.
it
But
is.
I got this. I think this is like one of my purposes is mothering these kids because a lot of people's like I don't know how you do this and I'm like I don't know how I do it either but I thank God for the strength that He gives me because my
You,
God
because it's like, because you got to remember too, at some point in time, you're gonna be an empty nester.
right
You know what I'm saying? So like, and it's crazy though, because even in that moment, right? Because that's gonna be another journey that you have to go through, right? Even though you're not there yet, but that's always something that's always gonna be in the back of your mind, because at some point in time, all your kids are gonna be grown.
I better be married and wealthy and successful and healthy.
You know,
So what?
because you gotta think about it, right? You're a caretaker. You're a nurturer, right? That's just your energy, right? At this some point in time, you're gonna stop being that, because you're gonna be an empty nester. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's gonna be another stage of your life where you have to figure out what you're gonna do with that energy.
Yeah,
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
projecting into my kids' lives like this is what you should be doing and this is
yeah,
no that is true but I ain't gonna think about it yet.
mm.
I'm almost 40 but I don't want to rush things Yeah.
No, I get you. I get you 100%. So, what was a moment in your life, right, where you had to be accountable for either your actions or a situation that you allowed to like go too far when it comes to your when it comes to your healing and when it comes to setting boundaries for something. Like what was that moment where you just like it just clicked in your head like damn, I'm letting either that person do too much or I'm doing too much. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just not really paying attention to the things that I'm supposed to be paying attention to.
Um, I would have to say, um, people pleasing.
Mm.
A pleaser is an ugly characteristic that a person can carry because you lose yourself, you know, too deep into other people's reality of you. You know,
True.
so
Right.
it took me to give my life to Christ and allowed Him to like transform me into the woman that He created me to be. And if I believed in Him, like I say that I do, and trust Him, then um, when trusting God, there's always a test before the sacrifice.
Always.
So um, let me see. So in Proverbs 3:5-6, it says, "Trust
Mhm.
in the Lord with your heart, lean not on your own understanding, in your ways submit to Him, and He'll make all your paths straight." Or you could
Right.
to be a people pleaser. I didn't want that, so I chose,
Right.
you know, trust Him, to follow Him, and even in that,
You still got your battles.
you still, and that's what I was gonna get to, because
You still got your battles.
that, even in that, my life started to literally fall apart.
Oh yeah. But you know what it is though? And this is the part that we have a tendency to miss, right? You can give him the opportunity to create that control in your life, right? So that way he can maneuver things that need to be maneuvered, right? Doesn't mean in the human flesh that you're gonna allow it,
Right,
right? Because you're so attached to this thing. You know what
right,
I'm saying? Like, and you're so attached to this person. Like, so it's like when he's trying to remove certain things out of your life, and you're just like, but why this person? Like,
right,
you know what I'm saying? Like, why this person? Why this thing? Like, this is not what I asked for.
right.
But
Take
that's
everything
the
but this, and this
but
is the one that really gotta go. You know.
yeah, exactly. And he's telling you this is exactly what you asked for.
I know, I know,
Like,
that's and that's why we have to be so careful what we ask for,
hmm?
because there's times where I'm telling God, I need you to prune me, and if He's gonna prune me, He's gonna start taking up the weeds. You know what I mean? And
Gonna
I've
remove everything.
already lost so many people. And people get this confused all the time. Like when people start getting on this journey and they want to heal and they want to, live this righteous lifestyle. They always feel like they gotta cut people off. Well, I'm not dealing with you. I'm not talking to you. I'm not doing that. That's not how God operates. There will be
No,
a time where things will happen and people will just slowly
fall
go
off.
their own way. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
it
there
happens all the time.
Right. So, and that's what happened to me. And
Hmm.
it got to the point where I would like literally cry, like, God, it's just me and you at this point. Like, I'm bored. Like, somebody, send my friends. But it's like, where he's
but
taking me, everyone can't go.
and you
So,
gotta so you and another thing too in regards to just this healing journey overall, right? You will when you start to create and understand where you are,
yeah.
you'll start to see people. You're gonna start, like I said, you're gonna start viewing people differently, right?
Right.
Because you're like, okay, I'm elevating, I'm growing, I'm learning, I'm paying attention to the lessons I'm supposed to be, to the things that I've experienced in life, to the, you know what I'm saying? I'm building this wisdom for the things that my lived experience has created, but you
Right.
guys are not. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you're just like
Right.
sitting there and you're stagnant and you're not trying to
And
heal.
it's
You're not
crazy.
trying to do
I've
anything.
seen it for so long. Like, I'm still seeing it now with people that I've known for decades upon decades. And it's just like, I got to be careful um, around certain people. Well, I had to be careful around certain people before because even though I was on this journey and seeking God and trying to make changes to my life, and I left those people, He will bring you right back. It'll be like another test. Let's see how strong you really are when you're around these.
Yeah.
Let's see how you really handle the situation when you're around these people. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? But I've definitely lost quite a lot of people, and I always kept a small circle.
Right.
But I've definitely lost people along the way, and it is
It
what it is.
happens.
You
There's
know?
nothing that you can do about it. You can't
Right.
control that because you either want to grow or you don't. Like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? And if they're not growing with you, you have to
Right.
make a decision on, leaving them behind, loving them from a distance.
Right.
It's not saying that you dislike this person. It's not saying that you hate this person. There's no malicious thought to you moving around, right? It's just you're aligning with your purpose in life,
Right.
right? And a part of your purpose in life is to heal from the things that you've been through. Like, you know what I'm saying? And the things that you've struggled with even as a kid. You
Right.
have a lot of things that's built in your thought process that you thought was okay as a child, but when you grow up, you realize
That ain't
this is
right.
then nothing like this. They say to add it up,
Right.
like, and I always think about that too because I'm like, I see a lot of adults, you know what I'm saying, that operate that allows the inner child to operate for them
Right.
versus operating together, right? Because there's certain things that your inner child is going to be able to see that you as an adult will not be able to see, right? And there's things that as an adult you should be able to see that your inner child is not going to be able to see. But when you have your inner child doing 100% of the work,
Right.
you know what I'm saying, and you have a child who has yet to heal, right? So now you're operating as an infant or as a young child trying to figure out traumas and triggers as a 30-year-old, 35-year-old, 40-year-old. You know what I'm saying? So you're making this inner child do 10 times more work than it's supposed to.
That,
Instead of actually working together in unison and trying to figure out the things that you guys need to figure out. And then now you see why a lot of people maneuver and act the way that they do.
and that too. But along the way, I found it interesting because I have a best friend, and he used to always ask me, "Are you for real with me? Are you for real with me?" Because I would always give him a different perspective, and I would always pour into him. And he used to always tell me, "Yo, the people that I'm around, they don't talk to me like you. Like, so I don't know if you're serious enough about the things that you're saying." And I'm just like thinking, like, if
Uh,
your environment's like that, then a lot of these other people's environment is like that because they're so set in what they've been doing for so long that they don't even know who to go to try to see a different perspective. You know what I mean? Or what growth
Absolutely.
means or what growth looks like to you. So it was like, wow. So
No,
I
it's
think about how I approach people because how
hmm
I approach people, if you was my age or a little younger than me or even a little older than me, I'm like, at our age, you should already know what's up. You should know, but
you
not every.
would think, you would think,
You would
you would
think,
you would think,
but
and that's and
no.
that's where it gets tricky
That's where
because
I
it's like,
grace for people.
right, that's where the grace for people come into play, right? Because you would think as an adult that people would operate in a certain way, but that's
Right.
not the case,
Not
right?
at all.
Like when I got into this realm of coaching, I started to change my mind frame a little bit because I'm like, I can't be very straightforward with people. I have to meet people where they're at. Like, you know what I'm saying? Arrested development, correct, Derek. You know what I'm saying? Like I had to meet people where they're at. Like I really did because it's like I can't, you know what I'm saying? I can't just expect everybody to catch what I'm saying when I'm
And
saying it.
I didn't meet nobody where they was at. I wasn't showing people grace back then. I wasn't showing
Hmm.
no type of grace. It was either you was with it or I was leaving. You with it, I'm out. And then a lot of people used to tell me,
Fair.
Sola, I'm not like you. I can't just move like that. Like I'm going through something, and it's just like I would like, okay, you're going through it. Like, come on, like you got to figure out a way to get over it. Like I figured out a way. You should figure out a way. But it's all about timing. Timing. Do they
Timing.
want growth or do they really want people to feel bad for their situation?
It's also missing the lesson, right? A
Right.
lot of the times we miss the lessons in the experience of life, the things that we've been through, right?
Right.
We're focused on the trauma, we're focused on the triggers, we're
Mhm.
focused on the attachment behind this experience we had. But the lesson gives you what you need to push forward, right? But without the tools to kind of navigate that lesson, right? Because that's important, is you'll get stuck there, right?
And you
You
would
won't know how to move around after the fact. You won't know how to kind of get yourself out of there. And a lot of people stay stuck there when they go down those rabbit holes, right? And they're like, damn, I can't do this by myself. But
right,
damn, I don't want to go to therapy.
right,
Damn, I don't like arbitrators. So I don't want to deal with anybody that's gonna be in my life. But
right,
then I go to therapy and I don't tell the therapist exactly what I'm really struggling with. Like, you know what I'm saying? Oh damn, the therapist is not helping me. Well, there's a reason for that.
right.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
What are you telling?
What did you tell them? Like, you
Right,
know? So it's like there's so many layers to it, and you have to ask yourself all of these questions. And if you're not really being real with yourself, you'll never get there.
right.
You know what I'm saying? You'll never get there. Like, and I struggled with that. You know what I'm saying? Giving myself grace, like it was for a very long time. I was on the toxic side of the world, right? I enjoyed being toxic. I enjoyed being negative to the point where it was just like I didn't recognize the people that I was damaging in the process. I didn't realize that I was showing my kids how to operate in a negative way. You know what I'm saying? Because they're paying attention to everything that I'm doing. And I'm like, damn, I gotta switch that. I gotta get switched real quick because what I'm not gonna do is be the cause
Right,
of my kids acting in any malicious way, any negative way, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, I learned it from my father."
right. You know.
Like, I
Yeah,
couldn't
we
do that.
still got adults doing that right now.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I couldn't do that.
Blaming your mama and your dad.
Yeah, like you know, like it's cool. Like I always understood that, especially for us, right? Because in our generation, we were just like our parents knew. They knew what they knew, right? They did the best that they could with what they had, and I felt like our parents did very good because look where we are now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now there are moments in time in our lives where things were confusing, most definitely, right? But you as an adult, it is your job to kind of navigate that and try to figure what that is and have a better understanding of it, so that way you don't have to constantly place the blame on somebody.
You gotta learn by experience.
You
That's
know
what it
what
is.
I'm saying?
Learn by experience.
That's another reason why I don't coddle my son, right? My son is turning 18 and I told him, I said, your mom did an amazing job, right? She did what she could. You're 17 years old, you're about to become a man, you're about to start working. The next stages of your life, she can't help you with.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? That's me and you. That's where this conversation stops being father and son and being man to man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that way you can be able to navigate life. Because if I think of you as my son, then I'm gonna kind of there's gonna be some steps missed if I do it that way, because I'm gonna feel like damn, I gotta protect him from the world. Like,
Listen.
you know what I'm saying? And I don't want to have to do that. I want him to make his mistakes. I want him to see that the world is not just black and white. There's some gray areas there. Like, you know what I'm saying? And you have to understand the gray areas just like you understand the black and white areas. Like, so when you were going through this process of healing, like especially with being a mom, you know what I'm saying, and being a parent and having so much weight on your shoulders while you're trying to become better. Like, how did you manage that?
What was the question again? I'm sorry.
Like as a person that was already a mom, you know what I'm saying, that had the responsibilities that you had, like how did you manage, you know what I'm saying, that weight and then also trying to heal?
Um, those are like two separate
Two two separate things.
things
Yeah, but go ahead.
because today I'm still learning how to let my kids see my vulnerable side.
Right.
They see mommy as this strong superhero,
Yeah.
but when it's heavy on me, I'm in my room, I'm praying, I'm crying, I'm letting it all out. But they don't know that.
Right.
They don't know that. And when they come knocking at the door, it's like showtime's over. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So, um, I'm still learning. Like a lot of people told me you should allow your kids to see that vulnerable side of you to let them know that that is okay. But I don't know. I've always been in survival mode. So,
Yeah. I mean,
but when the weight of the world,
you
I
said something right there.
huh?
You said something right there.
What was
I'm
that?
like, said that you're always in survival mode.
Always. I'm tired of being in survival mode,
It's
and
not healthy.
honestly, it's because a lot of the people that I be around is in survival mode.
It's a learned behavior.
So it's just like at my age, I'm trying to get out of that. I feel like this time of the year, I'm in the best position that I've ever been in,
Hmm.
ever. So I am so like grateful and thankful that I'm in this position, and I'm just waiting to see what else God has in store.
Let's take a step back, right? Because that's an important piece, being in survival mode. Because a lot of times we're not in survival mode because of what we're going through,
Right.
right? It kind of leads into the people pleasing in a
Mhm.
sense, right? Because we're so gung ho on trying to make sure everybody else is good that we end up enabling their lack of spirituality, the lack of understanding their mentality, understanding the things that they're going through, and we're trying to figure it out ourselves, but we can't even figure it out. So we're trying to do our best to give them what we can give them, so
Right.
that way they can be okay. But yet we're causing more damage than good by doing that.
And we are pouring so much into other people, but who's pouring into me?
Exactly. Like that cup is supposed to be for you, right? And then the overflow is supposed to be for everybody else. The moment that you start pouring into your cup is when you have to stop.
Yeah.
You want to know how to stop being in survival mode? That's your point. That's your key right there. When you have that cup full, right? Think of a bottle of water that's never been opened. You know what I'm saying? And that bottle is full. That's your bottle. That's
Right.
nobody else's, not even the kids. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, not even the kids. Like, they don't even get to touch that, right?
Right.
Whatever's flowing from outside of that bottle while it's still closed is what you give. You know what I'm saying? And the moment that that is completely depleted, time to go reset,
Yeah.
because whatever's left over for you within, that bottle that's full, that's yours for you to figure out everything else that you have to do. Go write a book, go take a walk. You know what I'm saying? Go do something that's yours, right? But communicate that. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
A hard time with communicating that because I was afraid of disappointment. Like
Mm,
because with me, I am independent. I'll go out and get it. If I don't have it, I won't ask because there's been so many times where I did ask to where it was disappointing. So it just
mhm.
put me in that survival mode too, So um, I'm learning how to get out of that. Even on this healing journey, I'm still, you know, trying to get out of that way of thinking. No
It's
matter
not easy
if you ask one person and they said no, or two people they said no, there's still other people that's willing,
to help.
to help you. You know what I
But you
mean?
know what it is? We create we create the expectations
And I
from
do because
certain people.
I
Yeah.
have, I've been there. I've given everything I've got, and it's like, okay, I just need. Oh, okay, you ain't got it. Cool. All right. Cool.
Yeah. That's where we have to, survival will do that to you though, right? Because it's like you'll be there for everybody, and in that moment where you feel like you need somebody and they're not there, you're just thinking to yourself, damn, I gave you everything. Like
Everything.
everything that I had, and you're just like, you told me no without hesitation. Like,
Right.
like like, you know what I'm
What
saying? But it's
is,
like ain't nothing worse than hearing no.
even those things that I do, like I never look for nothing in return because I do it from the pureness of my heart.
Right.
Right. But it's just like, my God, like if I need a little bit of help, I should be able to
But
go to
think
somebody.
about it though, right? Think about it though. Your response to the no eliminates the reason why you did it.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Because at some point in time, you expected return.
Right.
You
I
get what
did.
I'm saying?
I did.
Right? So that's where you know the way that we think and what we say has to align.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when somebody's like, "Nah, I can't help you," and then your immediate thought is, "I gave you everything." Like, you know what I'm saying? Then it kind of eliminates the your reason behind why you are doing it for them,
Right.
right? That's just like somebody using the word "but" after every sentence. You're eliminating whatever thought process was before that. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like your thought process completely eliminated it.
Like, my God, like, you see me help them. Like, what? Why me though? Like, you know what I mean? But it is what it is.
But it's
I
also a lesson.
expectations when it comes to people. I'm
There's a lesson behind it though,
yeah,
and you have to catch the lesson behind it, right? There's God has a way of showing you who to remove out of your life,
yeah. That's
right?
why this is me and my kids.
Like, and it's not even because they said no, right? It's not even because they said no. It's just a matter of the reciprocation, the unspoken reciprocation, right? There shouldn't be a hesitation when my honest thought process was I did this from the kindness of my heart, right? You know what I'm saying? And it's like when you see somebody not reciprocating that, right? You force yourself to keep that thought process, but in the back of your head, you're just
I
like
give
I gave you everything.
every
Like, you know what I'm saying? And you're just like, and this is how you gonna do me? Like you turn into Denzel Washington in training there, yo.
for anything. You know what I
Like
mean? So when I really, really need it, I'm expecting my circle. It's not like I'm gonna go outside of my circle, but I probably would. I probably would get it outside my circle. So I'm in a season right now. It's just like, don't be prideful. Ask.
hmm yeah,
Some just ask. If it
yeah,
didn't work for this person, try somebody else. But as
yeah.
long as you tried,
That's it.
because then I would sit and think about things like, oh, these people don't care about me, and I don't want those type of thoughts in my head because I know it's a lie.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
That's the enemy, right? Playing on your strings,
exactly.
right? I know a lot of people will be like, no, the enemy, they create that stuff and they create that avenue. They don't. They expose it.
Right.
There's a difference, right? And that's where people have to understand when it comes to scripture. The enemy knows scripture just as
Definitely.
well as God does. You get what I'm saying? So they will use scripture to manipulate. They will use scripture to get you confused,
Right.
right? But it's up to you to have the discernment and the understanding of who you are as a person and the conversations you have with him, right? So when you where you're in a place, right, where you feel highly overwhelmed, right? And you feel like you have to ask for help. Go out, try this, right? This is something new to try. Ask outside your circle
See,
because you've created an avenue for
right.
yourself where there's a level of expectation that you have for people in your circle.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And if they can't do it, it's not saying that they don't want to do it. They really might not be able to do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like they might you might be just asking at the wrong time. Like, you
Right.
know what I'm saying? And they really might not be able to do it. But because you've created that expectation in your head, you're expecting them to just have it
Right.
because you had it.
Exactly.
But they're not a go-getter like you are.
And that's what people used to say, Abby. We're not all like you. You
Yeah,
know?
you know what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah.
hard to change your mind frame like that. You've been like that for a while. So it's hard to just change it as a at a drop of a dime. It's gonna take some work, right? But it's just like being aware to it,
Of
you know what I'm
course.
saying? Acknowledging it and understanding it is the most important thing. Because it's like once you acknowledge it, you can't unsee it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you have to work on it at that point. Because now you're just being ignorant towards it if you don't.
Yeah.
You
And
like,
I
you know.
a lot of people even today, because people are faced with reality.
Mhm.
It's like, do you want to change? Like, are you sick and tired of being sick and tired? Are you old? A lot of people don't know what growth looks like.
Right.
Everybody's growth is different.
Of
Everything's
course.
not the same. We all
Because
have different timings, but they got to come to a point where it's just like, I'm ready. You're ready to do something. You know what I
start
mean?
somewhere.
Somewhere.
Somewhere. Just start somewhere. And if you need guidance on where to start, that's why they have therapists. That's why they have coaches. That's why they have mentors. That's why they have people that are anointed to do these type of things because we're needed.
Right, exactly.
Unfortunately, you know what I'm saying. We are needed. It's just more so. Do you want the help or not?
Yeah.
Like a lot of like I said, a lot of people don't like arbitrators. They don't like people that's in their space. You know what I'm saying? They don't like telling people about their stories.
Trust. Nowadays, trust is so broken. It's
Mhm.
like you run people's business. You know what I mean? So I don't blame
I don't blame them either, right?
them.
I'm not mad at them, but
From
but but the problem is the trust didn't get broken by that person or
yeah, but
by the people around. It got you stop trusting yourself
right,
first. That trust was broken within you first before anybody else, right? The way that people break their own trust is to create expectations.
right,
When you create expectations and things don't follow through, you are equating it to somebody else breaking your trust. You created that expectation. They didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? So you broke your own trust by creating something that wasn't real.
right. And then you want to
And
blame
and
everybody
then
else.
you blame it on everybody else. You can't do that. Like you know what I'm saying? That's where you have to hold yourself accountable. Like you know what I'm saying? Like and I get it. We all create expectations. We've all done it. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's excused from this conversation. Not even me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we've all done it. We're human. It's just a part of the game. You know what I'm saying? But at some point, you have to catch it. Like,
Right,
everybody's not me, right?
right,
And you might not even be a people pleaser. It's just something that's just who you are as a person to
right,
care for people.
right,
You know what I'm saying? Because a people pleaser lacks discernment, they lack awareness, they lack everything.
right,
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they don't care who it is.
right,
They will run towards that person and try to help them. And they might not even know this person. They might not ever seen this person. They don't know what this person's capable of. What's good, bro? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, slow down. Like, you know what I'm saying? Breathe, relax.
that, yeah,
You know what I'm saying? It's like you have to sometimes you just have to take a step back. Like, and it's not there's nothing wrong with isolating a little bit, right? And I think when it comes to the healing journey, we are afraid to isolate because we're afraid to be alone. Um, be alone with our thoughts, right? Be alone, just be alone with the things that we've been through. It's a fight. It's a constant fight. It's always going to be a fight. And I think a lot of people miss that part. You will forever fight with your thoughts. Whether it's their good thoughts or bad thoughts, you will fight with your thoughts because there's so many ways to interpret a thought.
right,
You know what I'm saying? But if you don't learn the lesson from the things that you've experienced in life, that thought will always be screwed
right.
because the first thing that you're going to think of is your traumas and triggers. You're not going to think of what to do next.
You can't do it. You can't do it by yourself.
You can't. You
That
can't.
I look at it like this: solitude with God, and then
Hmm.
isolation. You're doing it on your own. That's
Right.
all the torment starts coming to the mind, and you start thinking people don't love you and they don't care about you. But it's just like you're by yourself because if you had some type of solitude, if you had God there, you would know. No, these people really do care about me. They really do
And
love
they
me.
do.
In your feelings, so you're isolating yourself. You're cutting people off. So yeah, it's definitely a difference. But I say to those people, like, find that solitude, find that peace,
Hmm. Find that drive.
find that drive.
Find that drive. Like, you know what I'm saying? And your drive, unfortunately, may be lonely. But that might be a it's gonna be a lonely process.
By yourself though.
It is. It's not easy to do it by yourself, but in the stages where you're around so many people that
Yeah.
choose not to heal, right?
That.
And then you become that one person that pulls from that layer of individuals to be like, I want to change.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a part of this group no more. It's not saying I don't love you guys, but y'all doing too much. Like you know what I'm saying? So like you're doing way too much, and now I'm starting to recognize these things, and I need to get out
Right,
of here. Like
right.
you know what I'm saying? So you have to isolate yourself because
Hmm.
if you don't, then you're gonna fall back into old habits.
So,
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like you gotta make a decision. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, is it me? Who's more important? This group of individuals that I'm around or myself? Like, who's more important? You know what I'm saying? And you are supposed to be the most important person in your life.
yeah,
Like, you know what I'm saying? Outside of God Himself, you are the most important person in your life. You know what I'm saying? Because you gotta think about everybody else that is attached to you,
hmm,
right? Especially if you are a parent, you have your children, right? They pay attention. If you think your kids are not paying attention to your every move, you are delusional.
yeah,
Okay, you may not think they see things, but they see everything.
they do.
On you know what I'm saying? On top of them feeling everything,
They
because
do.
you are a parent. You have this an emotional attachment to them.
They mimic me at home. Like they be like, "Who's this?" And then they'll stop saying things that I said, and I'm like, "Do I sound like?" That's absorbing a lot. Yeah, your
Yes.
personality, your ways, your characteristics, they got it all down. They know
Oh
who
yeah. Oh
you
yeah.
are. So
Oh yeah. They catch everything. They pay attention to everything. These kids are very smart.
reasons
Right.
why that role model for them. I don't want to be the person to cause them to run to the streets. I want to continue
Hmm.
to love on them and
Right.
continue to pray for them and keep them poured into and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I'm
You're
glad I
doing it.
have a relationship with my kids. My oldest, she's to be 18, and my son is 16. So well, he'll be 16. So I'm glad
Man, I remember when she was like,
I know.
like, you know what I'm saying? That's how long we've known each other. Like she was
So long,
a baby.
so
Well,
long.
like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just
It's
like,
beautiful. I love it. Everyone always talks about like, I like the kids when they're small. No, give me the kids when they're big. I love this stage with my kids because it's fun for us. They're like
yeah.
people say your kids shouldn't be your friends. They're my kids, but they're my friends.
But no, but you have a balance to it though.
Exactly.
You
You
know,
definitely
because they know not to cross that line.
do not cross it.
Yeah. That's
Stay
what
in
it
your.
is. Yeah, that's what it is. A lot of people they be like, "Oh, you can't be friends with your kids." First of all, I'm friends with both of my kids. Okay,
I'm,
let's put that
these are
out
my,
there. Um,
these are my kids.
but they know not to cross that line. Like, you know what I'm saying? They know not to cross that line. They can ask me anything that they want to ask me. We can have a conversation about damn near everything,
I'm
right?
very, very.
Very, very, right. That's why
They,
my kids are not out in the streets doing what they're doing because they know better.
right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're gonna make your mistakes at home, please. Thank you very much. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I don't be outside wilding now. You
No,
know.
I can't control that. I can control the inside environment. Outside, first of all, it's not the same anymore. Okay, there was rules for the streets when we were growing up. No kids, no wives, no girlfriends. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't get touched, they don't get attacked, they don't get nothing. Today's day and age,
Every
man, listen, everything's out the window. They don't care who it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like you gotta. That's why you really gotta like, as parents, as adults, like we really gotta put our best foot forward,
right,
right, to try to be better. And if it's not for your kids, do it for yourself at least.
right,
You know what I'm saying? Because all of you individuals that act like you guys can't put in the work, you're just making excuses,
right.
right? There's people that are willing to help with love
Cool.
behind it, right? And
That village.
that's it. Build your own village if you have to.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? Like for us that have blood relatives that we can still lean on, right? That's just by chance
yeah,
and by luck and by grace, right? We still have those individuals that we can lean on that are blood, but we also have individuals that are not family related, that are not blood related, that we make our own family with. You know what I'm saying? Friends that have been friends for like longevity, decades. Like, you know what I'm saying? You see them growing, you see them elevating. Ask questions. How did you get there? You know what I'm saying? Like, what did you do to take those steps? I want to take those steps too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Ask the questions. Don't be afraid of the answer though, because the answer might be a little. You might not like the answer, but you like,
Right.
yeah, it's gonna be a raw response. But at least they gave you the response that you needed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Not the one that you wanted, and that's where it gets tricky because a lot of people don't want. They want this surface level response. You want people to sugarcoat it for you. We're not. We don't know how to do that over here.
At all.
Like, like that's one of the things.
Deliverance though. I'm still working on my deliverance because sometimes
Yeah.
I could be real passionate about what I'm saying, and it
Mhm.
could come off a little aggressive. But
It's you know what? I don't think I think the people that are listening to the message and they're taking it in are the people that the message is for. You
yeah,
know what I'm saying? I think because you gotta, and I had to think that I had to shift that myself, right? I thought that because my tone was a little bit aggressive, from being from New York and whatever the case may be. They're like, you're mad aggressive. No, I'm not aggressive. I'm just passionate. That's
yeah,
all. You know what I'm saying? And the people that are gonna hear my words, they're gonna hear it with love
right,
because I'm not trying to hurt you. I'm just trying to get you to understand like you need to operate a certain way so that people can stop playing in your face.
right.
Like you know what I'm saying? Like
Those
how
ones
many
that love, I feel like those are the ones that are on that healing journey. The ones that feel offended, you still got a long way to go.
yeah, you still got a long way to go. You know what I'm saying? Like you're used to being attacked. That's the thing. You're used to being attacked. You don't like when people give you criticism. You don't like those things, and that's fine. You know what I'm saying? I can't force that.
Right,
Like you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna force that on you. When you're ready, you'll come to me for help. Like you know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna force the help on you. Like that's one of the things. Even as a coach, I'm just like I'm here to help you. You know what I'm saying? Like, but if you don't want the help, I'm not gonna force you.
right,
Like you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna force you. I'm not gonna be one of those coaches like no, don't do this. If I catch you doing something on social media, I can't coach you. No, if I see you fucking up, I'm gonna call you out on it. Like,
right.
like
So
you know
that
what I'm saying? I'm gonna call you out on it, but like it's up to you to put the work in. I'm not doing the work for you. That's one of the things that I always stand firm on. Like 3 years into coaching, I've never once put in the work for anybody. Everybody that's came to me for coaching put in the work on their own. Like you know what I'm saying? They asked the questions. They asked all the right questions. You know what I'm saying? They asked the guidance. They told me the things that they're working on, and what they could do, what they felt like they could do better, and then I gave them my perspective on it and my understanding of it and my teachings of it, and then they applied it together.
right,
And that's where it is, right? Go to the people that got anointed to actually help you. You know what I'm saying? And it might not even be a coach. It might just be a friend that actually went through this shit. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it might be that person, like that person that you've been ignoring this whole time. You know what I'm saying? That you're like, damn, they think they're better than anybody. That's not that. They put in the fucking work.
right,
Like it's not that they're better. They put in the work. Like you know what I'm saying? Your frame of mind because you don't want to heal makes it seem like they're ignorant and they have ego and their pride is through the roof. It's not that. They have boundaries. They didn't have that before. Well, now they do.
right.
And you're a part of that boundary. Like
I'll say that too.
they gonna say it to you, but just know I'm gonna tell you right now, you are part of that boundary because you be doing too much.
Way too much for my liking.
You know what I'm saying? So you just gotta be mindful of these things. Like, so I gotta ask, what do you got going on? Because I did catch that you had a book that you just released.
Oh, yes. I released the book back in February. Um, I actually got it right here. So this is my newest book, and
I
it's
love it.
called The Secret Life of a Side Nigga.
I'm interested. Do you listen? The title itself, I was just like, I gotta ask her. Cause
Yeah,
like,
he gets the title, I get the truth. But see, a lot of people look at it like, oh my gosh, he's using the secret life of a side nigga. But there's a message inside of here.
there's
I need
always a message.
perspective
Yeah.
on relationships, perspective on their own self. Just
Right.
like a healing, you know what I mean? Because this book, a lot of people could relate to this.
Yes,
But
definitely.
a lot of people haven't gone down this type of avenue. because we're so used to going this way. How about you take a different approach? So don't be fooled by
The
what it,
title.
the message is on the inside. This
Read the book.
side. You can't judge a book by its cover just because it got the word nigga on there.
I'm just saying.
And so,
I'm just saying because when I released this, right, the Mirror Labyrinth, everybody was like, what does that mean? Think about, have you ever been into one of those clown those, those clown places where they have a whole bunch of mirrors, like all those mirrors, and it's like you have to find your path through all those mirrors without running into the mirror. Like, think about your healing journey and the things that you've been through in life, and every mirror is a reflection of something that you choose not to heal from.
right.
So now you really can't run from anything that you've been through. Like,
Yeah,
none of it. Like,
that that was me. So this is my first book that I published. It's on Amazon. All my books are actually on Amazon. I have three books that are on Amazon. If you look up my name, Abisola Daramola, you'll actually find them on there. But this was my first book. This is the one where I had to take off the mask and take off the mask and take off the mask to
the
find.
performance, the
So this
performance.
this is my real healing journey. This is when I was 33. I'm
Mm.
39. So um, this was the beginning for me. This
So,
was a life changing experience. Like I didn't keep anything out. I've told
mhm,
things that you would never speak about,
right,
never want anybody to know about you. But
right,
I was very open, honest, and transparent because that's just the type of person that I am. Period.
right.
So um, I never knew that I had the gift of writing. I didn't like writing. I didn't even like reading. But then I bought a laptop and just started,
Just
dibbling,
started
writing,
dabbling
became
this and
a book, and it was
yeah, you
healing.
are.
It was healing for me. You know what
You
I
know,
mean?
it is healing though. Like, you got to think about it, right? Whether you're writing it out, like physically writing it, or typing it, there's a level of release that
Yes.
you let, because your brain only can do so much, right?
Right.
When you have so much in your head and you're not releasing it, you're forcing your brain to work overtime. You know what I'm saying? To shuffle through all of those memories, all of the struggles, all of the anxiety. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like, you're forcing your brain to work overtime. When you write, you journal, whatever it is, right? Whether you write a book, whether you journal, whether you write yourself a letter. Like, you know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, you're giving your brain an opportunity to breathe.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And when you do that,
Yes, my brain was like,
yeah, I'm telling you, like, listen,
oh,
between
I was set free. Oh my goodness. I thank
let me grab
God.
the other book.
Even
Y'all think this is a
going through
joke
this,
out here. Like, we really out here doing this.
I was
Like,
able to get through
like
it.
between this and this,
Yeah.
I was going through it. Okay. Like, yo,
I
I was going through it.
gotta get a copy of those books.
I got you. I got you. I have them all here. So whenever you're ready, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got you. Like, I was going through it. Okay. This book, I got threatened
Wow.
because people was like, "Yo, I read this and I wanted to fight you." Like, because it's like,
Yeah.
because the reflection behind this is real. People
Yeah.
think that mental health was a joke.
Yeah.
Let me show you how much of a joke it isn't. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then I wrote this book, which I took the complete mask off,
Yeah.
and I'm like, you read this book. If you don't come to me for coaching, you didn't read this book.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have to read this cover to cover. If I know that I know that you're gonna come to coaching for me if you read this cover to cover. The first person that ever read this book, I got a message on Facebook the next day. The next day, she's like, "Yo, why is this book talking about me right now?"
Yeah. I'm telling you,
Like,
we all connected. We all
like,
connected some type of way. I'm telling you.
you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, yo, listen, like, I'm just a guy that knows some things. My brother John would say, I'm just a guy that knows some things, right? Like, and I've been through some things in life, and I just released it on paper. You know what I'm saying? I put it in a perspective where I can generalize it for the world. You know what I'm saying? That way you guys can learn from it. A lot of this book is related to you people pleasers.
I'm telling you.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Whew.
Yeah, it's tough. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I told myself I'm not gonna release another mental health book for a while. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like I think the Mirror Labyrinth did its job.
This one. This is the one that I was sick behind this. Like this is the one that had my brain pounding. I'm like, yeah, I'm not writing another book like this. They gonna get the message or they ain't gonna get the message. But this
Listen,
is it.
we gonna
Uh,
make it happen. We gonna
whew,
figure it out.
whew.
I think we need to do I usually call it like the author vault, right? We need to like do like a Rhode Island's author vault where we just everybody come with their mental health books, come with their books that has some type of healing property to it, and we just read through that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? And just like have people just come in and just take it in. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like I feel like if we give them the space where they feel comfortable and they feel safe,
Yeah.
then it will happen,
Right.
right? But if we give them the opportunity to go do it themselves, they're gonna be like,
Yeah.
no. Like not happening. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like we gotta figure something out. I feel like we need to like Rhode Island needs to really
That'd be a
start
great
taking mental health seriously.
would definitely be a great idea to hear different people's stories and testimonies because, like I said, we are all connected in some way. When I first published this book, Wild Trees Grow, I had a lot of DMs, a lot of emails, a lot of texts, a lot of calls of people like, "This is me right now," you know, going through this. Because a lot of people, how did you get out of it's in here? This is how
Everything.
being open, honest, and transparent with myself because
Hmm.
in relationships, it's like a blend when it comes to relationships. But we
Right.
grown up and we have to take accountability. Like, no, we allowed these things to happen. We can't just keep blaming that person. We allowed this to happen. We allowed ourselves to go through that. Now we know better. Now we're
Yep.
not gonna allow these things to happen. Now we're gonna set the right boundaries.
Hmm.
So now we're gonna look out for those red flags and not avoid them because we will definitely avoid some red flags just
Can I
so
tell you the listen? A lot of people don't realize that they are the common denominator to a lot of the things that they've been through in life, and that's a hard pill to swallow.
it is.
It was a hard pill for me to swallow.
It was same here,
You know
definitely.
what I'm saying? So it's like when we get to that point where we realize that the patterns that are happening over and over, the habits that we keep ignoring, the red flags, like you stated. You know what I'm saying? When we start to ignore all of these things and we realize they're actually connected, and the
Hmm.
one thing that's connecting that shit is me.
Yeah.
Like, like, wait, like, what is happening? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I blamed this person, that person, this person, that person,
No full
but yet when they left me, they're living their best life.
exactly. Right,
Like,
right,
but I'm over here miserable,
right.
struggling, trying to figure life out, asking God for guidance, but ignoring His guidance.
Right. And we
Like, you know what I'm saying?
that
Giving
is
him he's giving you all the blueprints that you need,
that
and we're just sitting there like, all right, God, what's next?
every
You didn't even take step one in yet. Did you ever think about that?
oh
Like
my
the reason why it ain't working because you
gosh.
missed
But
a
it's
step.
so true though. It's so true. We avoiding that. That's so funny.
Yo, but it's the truth. Like we waste so much time on minuscule things,
Right.
right? And it's just like at some point in time we have to open our eyes.
Right.
Like you know what I'm saying? It's like once you open your eyes, I promise you. And when people say the grass is green on the other side, it really is though. It really is. Like you know what I'm saying? And it feels good over here. Like we
Really
do have our moments. We have our moments, right? We're not perfect, but
we have
per-
control.
compare it to how we were before. It's beautiful, okay, and it's healing, and it's just lovely over here, right? We ain't got to
So
worry about certain things.
peaceful, and you're gonna protect that peace at all costs.
Yeah.
All costs.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us, we waste time. We waste too much time. We can't get time back. Like that's what I really want you guys to really take out of this whole conversation that we talked about, because it's like we talked about understanding where we are and the things that we've been through, and we can't get none of that time back.
Right.
Like none of it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So all the chaos that you allowed in your life, all the chaos you caused in your life, right? You're not gonna be able to repair every relationship.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Even if you feel like you need to. Some people are willing to accept the apology, some are not, right? And you have to be okay with that. You have to respect the fact that they're not willing to accept it, right? You're still gonna have to push forward. And that's the goal. You have to push forward, right? And you have to show that there's a better side to you. And
Right.
if it's not for anybody else, do it for yourself. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we tend to ignore the fact that you're the most important person in your life. You know what I'm saying? So if person A, B, or C are like, nah, fuck you. All right, fuck you then. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just I'm just gonna continue to do what I gotta do for me.
You
Like,
got
you
it.
know,
You are your
that's
own
it. That's
individual.
it. You are your own best friend. You are your own everything. Right? You know what I'm saying? If you're single, you are your own husband and your own wife. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you are everything that you need to be, so that way you can be better. Like, you have to do it. It's important. It's necessary. You know what I'm saying? Because if you want things to be progressively better in your life, guess what? You have to put your best foot forward to get
Right.
the progression. You have to. There's no other way to do it. Nobody can do it for you. And that's where we missed the point. God can't even do it for you. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's not a, and it's crazy too, because it's like there's not a place in the Bible that says that you don't have to put in the work.
You gotta put in the work.
You still have to put in the work. You can read scripture through
Halfway.
and through.
You just gotta do something.
Yeah, you can quote scripture through and through. I don't care how good you are at quoting scripture. You still have to put in the work.
Yeah, because people take that. I'm gonna wait on the Lord. Well, you're gonna be waiting forever.
You're gonna be waiting forever.
You know what I mean? You gotta do something. You gotta make it shake.
That's it. You gotta do something. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Why he's everybody giving everybody else blessings?
Right.
Because you got we're doing what he wants us to do,
Right. And you
and we're
wondering what's happening to you because you ain't started nothing yet.
you did nothing.
Start
You're just there. You're just there. You're just
somewhere.
like a statue, like a gargoyle. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're not moving.
You gotta.
Like, what do you know what I'm saying? Like we have to put our best foot forward. I think that author thing, we gotta talk about that. I think that needs to happen. Because it's like at some point in time, we gotta make a change. Something has to shake. And unfortunately, we have a lot of individuals that are refusing to put their best foot forward. And I think we're in a space where, even though we're still trying to figure it out, we're in a better position than they are. You know what I'm saying? So, and I think that's the most important thing. So before I get off of here, shout out to Christian Hall for the Dead Time merch.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? He came through. He popped up at the crib, and he showed some love. So I appreciate you, bro. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get together and make some things happen. You know what I'm saying? That's the most important thing.
check out that merch.
Yes, definitely go check them out if you are in Rhode Island or in just in the New England area overall. Right? Make sure you go check them out. Make sure you go check out LB as well for the timeline. Make sure you check out Alki God too. Alki God got a lot of things going on. Like, she got merch, she got accessories, she got beads, she got necklaces. She's a photographer. Like, she does everything. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you guys check her out. Shout out to her. She got approved for PVD. Fire, right? So make sure you guys go check her out. You know what I'm saying? We all here doing what's necessary for the city. Everybody's playing their role. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you play your role. Even if you don't think that you have a role to play, you do. You just have to figure out what your purpose is.
Right.
That's the goal. What you got for the people before we get out of here?
Oh well, I just want to say thank you for having me on your podcast. Like you said, it's been overdue. We
Yeah,
definitely do this again.
most definitely.
You know, I hope that this help somebody. You know what I mean? If you guys want to inbox me or text, call, I'm always available. My books, like I said, they are on Amazon.
Yes.
Yep.
I'm also gonna drop the links to her book on the YouTube, and I'm gonna drop the links on the Spotify as well once I upload it. Charge it to my heart, guys.
Yes.
I haven't posted an episode on Spotify in like a month and a half, 2 months. Okay, charge it to my heart. It's been a busy. It's busy over here. Like, you know what I'm saying. But I promise you, I will get everything uploaded. The last few episodes that I've did, we will get them uploaded. We did the 6 year anniversary last Saturday for the podcast. So we did the 6 year episode on TikTok. And then we did the understanding the LGBTQ community with Dom, and we did it with Sai. That was a fire conversation, by the way. If you guys didn't check it out on YouTube. It's not on Spotify yet, but go on YouTube and check it out. That was the most recent one that we uploaded. That was a fire conversation. One of the conversations that I've never had in the 6 years I've been doing this. Never did it. It was the probably the most productive conversation that I had in a very long time. So make sure
Sounds
you
like
guys go check that out. Oh, it was great, right? Because I'm always open minded to different conversations, and that right there was one of them. I was like, they came in with all the great information. You know what I'm saying? I'm always willing to learn. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? So it's just like
Thank
information.
thank
And
you
they
for
held me accountable too, which was dope. Most people don't really do that on, you know what I'm saying, on live. They held me accountable. I was here for it. I was I was like, shit, hold me accountable. I was like,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? I'm here for all of it. So I'm
Send me the
excited. I got you. I'm excited to see what we can do. Right. This is just the start of the New England series. I think it's gonna be dope for the podcast, right? To see everybody's growth and everybody's change. Um, a lot of us have known each other for years, decades. Like, you know what I'm saying? And we may not talk every day, but we do pay attention, right? We still visually see that there's growth. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like you would want to know where's my people's up to? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, where are we at right now? You know what I'm saying? Like, we may not talk every day, but we at least I can see that you're doing
right.
something good for your life because you're not in the chaos, you're not in the negativity, you're not being plastered all over social media. You know what I'm saying? You're not being exposed.
Right.
Jesus Christ. That is another conversation for another time. But like, God willing.
right.
Okay? Because my God.
I know you there for that one.
My God. Okay. I have to say, I give myself a pat on the back for that shit because that will never be me. Okay. You will never see that ever. You know what I'm saying? But my overall goal for 2026 is to support the New England area. And no matter what we're doing, whether it's clothes, a book, a show, you know what I'm saying? Like we got people that are doing like the baddies. We got a few people that are on the shows that's in New England, right? Shout out to Biggie. Biggie's been doing it big. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? For New England, she's been going crazy. Shout out to the track Mama because I've been that's been on repeat. Can I say that out loud? This just has been on repeat on my phone. You know what I'm saying? So she came with that energy. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't playing.
She's gonna every time. She's
Yo,
gonna
every time. Like she shut it down and y'all hating and y'all mad because you can't beat her. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? Get your paper up and you're fine. You know what I'm saying? Go with your purpose. That's what she's doing. She's moving in her purpose. That's the whole point. Well, you
find
know what I'm
her.
saying?
Find her
Find yours. Find your purpose, and you good. Like, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to the whole New England area, man. Everybody's doing it big. You know what I'm saying? We're doing it. What we're doing, what's necessary for ourselves, and we're spreading it out to the world. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to find some positive in that, just look at what they're doing. Look at what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? But in a world full of negativity, make sure y'all choose love and love on purpose. Keep life simple. Love is the glue. Respect is the flavor. You dig, you dig, you dig. Make sure y'all live within your value, energy, and I pity the fool who doesn't mind their mental. Peace.